Fans call out age gap between Tom Holland and his on-screen mum, because we're on Lad Bible, in new series. First of all, Tom, the hair's got to go.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
The hair has got to go.
I see what you mean. That hairstyle doesn't look good on him.
No, it does not. So it says, Tom Holland will star in a new Apple Plus TV series, The Crowded Room, but people are a little bit confused with who's been cast to play his mum. I like saying mum whenever I read one of these articles. Holland plays the lead in the anthology series, which will explore inspirational stories of those who have struggled and learned to successfully live with mental illness, and Emmy Rossum will play his mum. Now, if you're wondering why that's weird, that's because Emmy Rossum is my age, roughly so. Go on IMDb. Go on IMDb and please look up Emmy Rossum. Beautiful woman.
Can I explain to people?
Yeah, she's 35. Go ahead.
Dude, it's a fictional character. Who cares about her real age?
It says the announcement has raised a lot of eyebrows, namely because the Shameless star Rossum is only 35, making her less than 10 years older than her son Holland. I think everyone here with half a brain can guess why this is. It says, taking to social media, people share their bewilderment with what some are calling sexism and ageism in Hollywood because these are lame activists. And remember, you should not just be not an activist. You should be actively anti-activist on social media.
That's true. But also, this kind of reminds me, you remember Last Man Standing with Tim Allen?
Yep.
So you remember how in the first season they had a different actress as
for Kayla or whatever,
the oldest daughter.
Yes, yeah.
So the oldest daughter, the first actress they had, she didn't want to do it because she felt like she wasn't right for the role because she said, I'm too young to be a mom. I'm not a mom yet. Yeah. I'm too young for that age, so I don't want to play this role.
But this is what's funny is we see things all the time about look how young Tom Cruise looks for his age. Look how young Keanu Reeves. It's not set in stone. You can play a different age than you actually are.
Exactly.
But in this case, there's a simpler explanation. They're flashbacks. She's not playing his mom in current year. She's playing his mom at a younger age when he was exactly. One person noted more nonsense in the casting of young woman and not old enough to play the mother of a 25-year-old, a middle-aged woman losing out again. They're invisible on screen. No, they're not. The 355 is all middle-aged women. Half the action heroes of today's are all middle-aged women. Mm-hmm. You're wrong. Another said Emmy Rossum is 35 and Tom Holland is 25. What is this nonsense? I love just the lack of fun. Like, you could tell these people are fun at parties. Like, these people just love to just be a freaking buzzkill with everything. A third added, Emmy Rossum is 35 and Tom Holland is 25. I assume the focus of the film is the trauma of Emmy Rossum's character giving birth at the age of 10.
Well, okay. If they want to argue about like how young she is as a mom compared to him because they're only 10 years apart. You remember that movie with Justin Timberlake?
I would love if this was my mom.
Yeah. Imagine.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Okay.
The Hollywood mom.
This kind of reminds me of Aunt May, but whatever.
Yes. Hot Aunt May. Hot Aunt May. If this was my Hollywood mom, yes. Hot Aunt May.
But you remember that movie with Justin Timberlake, the movie called In Time? Basically.
Yes.
Basically that movie, everybody stops aging at age 26.
Yeah.
So you have a grandma who still looks 26, a mom that still looks 26, and then you have the daughter.
The casting directors were like, "This is going to be awesome. We don't have to do any casting of older people."
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like the outrage might be premature, though. According to the writer Karina Adley McKenzie, Rossum scenes will be in flashbacks, which makes more sense for the peculiar casting. I did find this, though. This is really funny. 25 movies where age differences between actors who played parents and their children is totally ridiculous. Mm-hmm. My favorite was this one from Alexander. It's Angelina Jolie is 29 and Colin Farrell's 28. And they're like, there's like really weird and uncomfortable, like pedophile, like incestual tension in that movie. Yeah. I've never seen it, but that's like what they're talking about in it. It says in the Back to the Future, so 24 and 24. She looks like 30 years older than him there, though. So 25 and 21 from Brokeback Mountain with.
No offense, I don't like that actress. The one when she was like 21. I didn't like her in. Fantastic Four and American.
Kate Mara.
Yeah.
Look at they spelled. I was like, who's Katamara? Oh, Kate Mara. This Is Us. Mandy Moore is like 36. Yeah, she has like 3 kids that are all older than her.
Yeah.
But this is very common in Hollywood. This is not something that's new. And it's not just, this is not just women either. There's Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing the dad of Jensen Ackles, who's 27. Of course, there's a reason for that. And those, that's 40 and 31, 34 and 24. You can look different than your age. Keanu Reeves doesn't look like he's in his 50s, and plenty of actors don't look their age, so you can age them up or age them down. It's kind of the same thing as like when they talk about how you have to be, if you're going to play a straight person, you have to be straight, or if you're going to play a gay person, you have to be gay. No, you don't. You're acting.
This is ageist.
They love they love to bring up ists and phobes for all of this stuff. So I thought you'd get a huge kick out of this.
Okay, my opinion is, if you're a good actor, just play the role.
Exactly.
Just shut up and play the role.
And if they can make you look like the character, that's fine. Colin Farrell is about to play the Penguin, and they're going to have to put him in a fat suit. Is that they're taking the role away from...
Is that fat-phobic?
They will say that. They will less so because it's a guy. So he's invisible because remember, body positivity is only for women. Body positivity is not for men. Fat men are not allowed to feel fat positive. Only women are.
I just want to forfeit.
So people are going over the top, and I'm adding to it by us reporting in this. But I did think it was funny that that the people like jump to a conclusion here. But in a way, it's not unfounded because this has been part of Hollywood's past. But yes, she is not playing his mom in current year. It's a flashback, so it'll be fine.
People need to stop.
They worry too much. So
it's not like they're gonna have a Ceci times.
No, that's creepy. But it's the point is they're not the same age. But it's not a thing. It's fine. So I do have one more thing that got me very excited. As you know, I talked about the show Justified, and they're bringing it back for a 10 episode mini run called Justified: City of Primeval, which is based on a very specific Elmore Leonard book. It won't take place in Kentucky, where the show originally takes place. This one takes place in Detroit. There's side characters in that show that are from Detroit. And so this Primeval will take place in Detroit. And apparently, Quentin Tarantino might direct some of those episodes.
Nice. So are they going to cast like the original actors? Or...
The original, Timothy Olyphant is back. I believe he's the only one because the rest of the characters are based in Kentucky.
Oh.
And so they don't need them for that one. And I don't think they're going to invite Nick Searcy anyways because of, but the other, that's a bummer too because Erica Tezel and Robbie Pitts, who played the other two U.S. Marshals in that show, were fantastic and underutilized. So it would have been cool to see them come back and get to play more, more important characters. But I haven't read the Elmore Leonard story that this is based off of, so I don't know how relevant they would be. So it says, beloved director Quentin Tarantino is reportedly in talks to direct some episodes of FX's upcoming Justified revival series, Justified: City Primeval. The limited series will see Timothy Olyphant. It's Oliphant. It looks like Oliphant to me.
Yeah.
Return to the role of Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens, an old school lawman who tends to shoot first and avoid asking questions entirely. And you can see Tarantino helm 1 or 2 episodes, according to a report from Deadline. Should the talks yield results, Justified: City Primeval could see Tarantino reunite with Timothy Olyphant, who he worked with. They worked with on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was Tarantino's last movie. And what's funny here is it fits because Tarantino's a big dialogue guy, and one of the ways in this show, one of the things that this show succeeded on very, very well was that it had fantastic, very, very unique, very, very distinct dialogue between characters, meaning that nobody sounded like Givens and nobody sounded like Boyd Crowder's character. Or by Walton Goggins' character, Boyd Crowder. They all had these distinct cadence and tone. It felt very natural and in-world, and you got lost in the way things were said on the show. Yeah. And that's definitely something that Tarantino's good at. The idea of Tarantino directing several episodes of Justified revival series seems less of a surprise when you learn of the filmmaker's love of Elmore Leonard, who wrote the books that the show is based on.
Yep.
He created the character of Raylan Givens. Tarantino has optioned several of Leonard's works for adaptation over the years, even using the novel Rum Punch for inspiration behind making Jackie Brown. Justified first premiered in FX back in 2010, lasting 78 episodes. Guys, it's on Hulu. Go watch it.
Watch it, y'all.
Go watch it. It's really, really good. If for no other reason than just the scenes between Oliphant and Goggins, the characters of Givens and Crowder. It's that good. The show stars Oliphant as Raylan Gibbons, a tough deputy U.S. Marshal who enforces his own Old West style of justice. That series revolves around the inhabitants and culture of the Appalachian Mountain area of eastern Kentucky and the illegal goings-on which Raylan must thwart using his wits, bullets, and of course his trusty cowboy hat. It's very respectful. All the characters are extremely fleshed out. The world feels very lived in and full, meaning like if you go look at the cast list, there's only like 5 main cast members, but every guest star has at least 20 episodes under their belt. So every character, the episodes feel very full, rich, and lived in. Like you feel like you're actually in a city where these people are inhabiting it, not where an actor walks onto a set and then, and then they do their scene and then they walk off. It feels as if you're experiencing it. So the drama series received critical acclaim through its run, thanks in large part to Timothy Oliphant's stellar performance. His co-star, Walton Goggins. I would say Walton Goggins has an even more not memorable performance, but his character was originally only supposed to be in just the pilot, and he did such a good job, and the directors liked him so much that he became a series regular right after, and then became essentially the biggest part of the biggest focus of the show besides Givens. So it says, during its run, Justified was nominated for 8 Primetime Emmy Awards, with 2 wins for Margot Martindale's performance of Mags Bennett and Jeremy Davies' performance as Dickie Bennett. Both of them fantastic playing fantastic bad guys, or bad guy and bad girl, if it were. But then I also want to point out one thing. It would be weird because one thing that this show did very well was that Graham Yost, the guy who produced it, they were very receptive to like actor feedback about dialogue, so they would rework scenes sometimes on the day, as like far as the way dialogue was written. So they were very open to improvisation and change. Quentin Tarantino doesn't do improvisation and change. That's not really his thing. So we would have to see if he made them do things, directly to the script, follow the words to the letter, or would they be allowed to make slight changes? We will see. But there was like this old article that says only one actor has ever been allowed to improvise a scene in a Quentin Tarantino film, and it just goes down and explains like how that happened. It says you don't have to be a movie expert to know that Quentin Tarantino has made some of the best movies that have brought in millions, but Tarantino has a particular style of making films and wants to do certain things that his cast might not always agree with. Some actors and actresses have even chosen not to work with him. So he is very strict with his directing style. So we will see if this how this works out, but I am particularly really excited. But the problem is, because this is like brand new news, it's gonna be I'm sure it'll be a long time. We'll be well into episode several hundred by the time this comes out, I'm sure. So we'll see, but we'll probably review it on here. In fact, I might even try to get you to watch the original series through beforehand. You'll probably be able to follow it either way. Yeah. But
maybe they might do a fast forward.
Well, it takes place 8 years after the original show. So we will see what happens. I'm very excited. Yes. So it's going to be good. So
interesting.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.